No, the pyramids predate Egypt too, right? And there's a reason why you can go on every single continent in the world and find some old pyramids. You can find them in China, you can find them in Mexico, you can find them in Africa, Sudan, you name it. You can find, we have pyramids here in Israel, the ancient ones, not the modern ones that the whites built. I'm talking about ancient pyramids here in Israel. The pyramid is the truth is right there in the etymological meaning of the word. Like I said, pyro is the pyr, means fire. Then you got mid, which means middle. So when it says fire in the middle, that's the definition of the word pyramid. And the fire is the capstone of the pyramid, right? And we live on the capstone of creation, which is the seventh earth. There's seven heavens and there's seven earths. This might sound crazy to you, but it's true. We live on the capstone of the pyramid. This is why when you look on the back of the dollar, you see that capstone. That's Earth. On all the on the seventh Earth pyramid model. And you see, I put the image in the group with the scriptures to help understand it. Each Earth is on top of itself, all the way going up to the last Earth, which is where we live on the seventh Earth. We live on the seventh Earth in the first heaven. This is in Scripture. This is in the missing books, and it's in the confirmed books and the authorized books. So there's no excuse. You just got to know what you're reading and have it broken down to you in a simple way. If you look at this recent image I just put in the chat, you're looking at the seven earths, the Masonic apron with the all-seeing eye at the top of the pyramid. That's the capstone. This is why the capstone is missing in ancient Egypt off the Great Giza pyramid, because they're saying that they have taken earth into their control. Like it says in Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. This is why the capstone is missing. The capstone is earth, and it's been given into the hands of the wicked, right?
Whoa.
Right. So this is this is how they communicate with the symbology.
Ooh.
If you look at the apron, the Masonic apron, you see the two pillars, right? The two pillars, they'll tell you exactly what that means. They won't tell you what the other stuff means, but they'll tell you the two pillars represents Joachim and Boaz. If you remember in the scripture in Solomon's temple, the two pillars that held it all up in the beginning was named Joachim and Boaz. And Boaz is a Judite descendant, and Joachim, I think, is another Judite descendant. So they believe that they are the Judeans that built the Solomon's temple and so on and so forth. In the ancient world, Solomon's temple was one of the seven wonders of the world, just like the pyramids in Giza. So when they destroyed that, they have taken over the world at that point, because the Solomon's temple is what gave us rulership and dominion, meaning God was with us. We had control over the house of worship of the true God. But anyway, back to the pyramid, right?
Hold on.
Yeah. Right.
Whoa.
Right. Right.
Yes.
When y'all looking at that, and then at the top, you got the man and the woman, which represents the oneness.
Yeah.
And on the seventh day, God rested, and God's man, the man,
Right. Right.
represents the pinnacle of God's creation.
Exactly.
So therefore,
That's beautiful.
what he said on the seventh day, he rested. Come on, y'all. Okay, now let's go
Right.
ahead.
Right. Right. So every time you see a pyramid, no matter where you see it, Asia, Africa, Europe, whatever, right? The pyramid is the representation of the seven earths, right? This is important. The seven earths. I just put a picture in there of a 7-layer pyramid in Thailand, right? Showing you, you're looking at the seven earths. And like I said, the seventh earth, the last one on the top, the capstone of the pyramid is earth, the one we live on. And up under us is the next earth, which is Adamah, which is where Behemoth lives. And the one under that is Arca. This is where all our ancestors are when they die, the righteous and the wicked, and they go into the belly of the earth. They're in the fifth earth, which is called Arca. And in this earth, this is why today when someone dies, we have to do the burial ritual. Meaning we put you under the ground and we cover you with dirt. Meaning you are going to enter into the ancestral plane. You get it? The plane, flat earth plane. Anyway, yeah. So you enter the ancestral plane. And this is what it meant when it said you go down into the belly of the earth. You go down into the heart of the earth. You understand? This is what it means when you do that ritual. You're entering that ritual, and the angel takes your soul down to the fifth earth, which is where the bosom of Abraham, what we call paradise, and torments, which we call Hades and Sheol. All of that place is down there in the fifth earth. And you can scroll up to the image that I drew and see what that looks like. But this is why we have to do the burial ritual, to say that we honor God's creation by burying our ancestors under the seventh earth into the heart of the earth. This is some deep science on this. So the pyramid, like I said, it's not Egyptian. Don't let nobody lie to you and say everything come from Egypt. We know Mizraim's father was Noah. Right? And Noah is go all the way back to Enoch and all the way back to Adam. So every nation knows about this pyramid, but we've all been conquered by white supremacy and given the spinning ball theory. So it's deeper than just the spinning ball theory. And you see the Masons, they believe the same thing. You're looking at the seven earths with those seven steps and the capstone up there with the pyramid and that Masonic apron. It's all there. I don't know what the checkerboard means, but I'm still doing research on that. But this is all linked, right? So,
And you know what, Darian?
yeah.
I was wondering the same thing. I said, what is that black and white chessboard? Because think about that, and you look at a chessboard, or you look at a checkers board. I mean, they always have that black and white. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna get into it. I got a meaning that I was given, but that's old. I'm not dealing with the old information no more. I'm discarding all the old information, and I'm dealing with only what I can read in scripture. And what I'm showing y'all right now, yeah, right. What I'm showing y'all right here with these pyramids and the fire and the middle and the power, all of that is scriptural. You can. This is scriptural. This is what it means when it says, "Let there be light." That means the top earth was powered. This is the light, the energy source, or the fire that lights the whole earth. And this is the first day of creation. We're not talking about the fourth day when the sun was created. This is day one, right? So the light that you see in the morning before the sun rises, when the sky is blue, this is the light of the first day. This is the let there be light that you see every morning before the sun even rises. Matter of fact, on a gloomy day, that's how it looks. You understand? Like if it's about to rain or something like that and the sky is blue, but it's not like bright with the sun, that's the day one light.
Yeah, because you don't see the sun.
And that light comes in first before the sun. Matter of fact, that light comes in even if the sun don't come in, because the sun could be blocked by the clouds and the gloominess, and you'll always get that blue light. That's the day one light. That's let there be light. And that starts from the middle of the earth, which is our earth, but the middle of our earth, which is the Garden of Eden, what we call the North Pole. And that light emanates from that place, and it powers the entire seven earth pyramid grid. The same thing is in the Giza pyramids. When that golden capstone, before they took the capstone, the sun would hit that gold and it would power the entire pyramid. And it could light up even the outside and the inside. And it powers each level. This is why Joseph in Egypt, when he saved the world from 7 years of plenty and 7 years of famine, get the 7 and 7, right? 7 heavens, 7 earths. He built a step pyramid right there where he kept the grain, that the whole world came to buy the grain right there. There's a step pyramid right out of those granary silos in Saqqara, Egypt. You can Google this today. This is not hidden at all. They just don't know what the pyramid means. Most people do not know what the pyramid means. And I'm telling you today, it is a representation of the 7 earths. That's exactly what it means. And all the scriptures are contained in that first image with first world, second world, and I got the names of the world, the names of the different worlds. But we went over that last week. We went over that. I ain't gonna go too much deep in that, but that's just my summary of what I'm explaining. Right? This is some deep shit. Egyptians is gonna be mad at y'all, and the Sumerian scholars is gonna be mad too. But the Tower of Babel, that's another thing, was also shaped like a pyramid.
Oh yeah. That's
And it swirled. It swirled. You understand? In the shape of a pyramid. That's why it took years to get to the top, because you'd be walking, and you're walking in a swirl. You know, like a barber, like the symbol for the barber shop is like that red swirly thing, like a candy cane, right? That is the symbol of the Tower of Babel. I don't know why they use that symbol for the barber shop, but we going into that too. But it's connected. What I'm saying. Somebody saying something in the chat. Hold on, let me read this. But yeah, y'all feel free to chime in with any questions. Okay, that's something else.
You know they got the Eiffel Tower.
Yes, the Eiffel Tower is shaped like the same thing.
And the fact that every ancient temple got all these steps that you have to go up.
Right.
And it takes so long to get there because it's like
right.
The steps to heaven.
Right. So when you deal with the scripture, when the Most High says, heaven is my throne and the earth is my footstool, those steps are the steps that lead up to the Most High's throne. His throne sits on a 7-step pyramid as well. You know what I mean? So his throne is above the sapphire stone, the sapphire throne, excuse me. And the earth is the same color as that same sapphire throne. This is why the earth is blue, the sky is blue. If you go in an aerial view over the earth, you'll see this big, huge blue ring. It's blue light that goes around the rim of the earth. That's the day one light, right? And it forms a pyramid if you go high enough and go outside of the firmament to see all 7 worlds. I'm gonna put another picture in the chat so y'all can understand. Solomon's throne as well was built the same exact way when you read Second Chronicles. What is that? Second Chronicles 9, something like that. Solomon built the throne. Right, 6 steps, and the top step is where the throne sits. And we're on the 7th earth. This is why it calls Christ the second Adam, because Adam was given dominion over all of these worlds. Adam is the king of the 7 worlds. His throne is on earth, and earth rules over all the other 6 earths, right? And so Christ is called the second Adam, right? And it calls Christ the cornerstone. I'm paraphrasing, but you know what I'm saying. It calls Christ the cornerstone, the chief capstone of the building. I always said that for years, like that has to be a pyramid. But I had no idea that it was talking about the capstone. I thought it was talking about a stone that you put in the side because it's the cornerstone. You know, you use the word corner, you think it's one of the pillars to hold it up. But no, it says Christ is the stone that the builders rejected, but now is the head of the building. Some translations say the head of the corner, and some say the head of the building, meaning Christ is the capstone of the pyramid. He's the head. That's the only building. There's only one building that has a head, and that's a pyramid. You understand is what I'm saying making sense to y'all? Let me know. Anybody like confused?
It's a lot to process. And you said that Christ is the new Adam.
Just turn in and say something. I want to say, yeah, that makes sense. But what you're saying, it makes sense. It has a capstone similar to a pyramid. It's a cap.
It's
Also, he's
right.
Like the world in Egypt with the moon and how it shines off the sun and everything, and it actually irradiates.
Absolutely. I'm about to show y'all the pyramid. I ain't showed you the pyramids in Israel yet. I ain't even showed you. I'm saving that for last. But you gotta pay for that one. That ain't for free. Nah. But if you go
Those pyramids made over there in like South America, stuff like that. Okay, bro. Okay, let me stop there real quick.
yeah, go ahead.
Now, remember this. When during the time of Babel, when they were building the pyramid, they all were all of one knowledge. They were all of one voice. They were all in agreement. The Lord had to come down and say, look, if they are of one, they are of one agreement. Let's go ahead and confuse their languages so that they can we can stop this process because nothing is going to be impossible for them.
Right,
So
right.
now watch this. Once he confused the languages and they all scattered to different regions of the earth, right? But they never stopped building the pyramids. They never stopped that architecture. They never stopped saying, "Oh, we still can do it." I mean, now think about it. Every place they went,
They built a pyramid.
every nation or every language where they went, they said, "Well, we don't have that many people, but we can still do this."
Right. And they built pyramids everywhere they went.
That's why
Exactly.
you see it all over the earth.
Right.
Okay.
And the
That's why
brother,
you see it all over the earth.
right, the brother who mentioned about South America. South America is very important. I ain't gonna go too deep into it, but South America is the key to what I'm saying right now about the Tower of Babel. When those brothers left, when they got scattered, they went to South America. Hear me out on this. Yes. I mean, they went everywhere, but I'm gonna deal with those South Americans in specific because that's the largest pyramid in the world. Is in Guatemala or South America, whatever you want to call it, right? That's the largest pyramid in the world, right? And their Hebrew, we got to call it Hebrew because everybody spoke Hebrew at that time. Their Hebrew is so close to the most primitive Hebrew that they linked the Mayans back to the Tower of Babel. And if you look, I'm putting a picture of a Mayan pyramid in there. As you see, it's not like the Egyptian pyramid. It's a step pyramid. You see that? It's a step pyramid. And those Mayans, get this, they said that each level, each step was the underworld. And guess what? They were exactly correct. They were exact on the money. These worlds, these other earths are under ours in succession, like steps. So this is Jacob's ladder that the angels were ascending and descending. And when you die, hopefully you live, we all live forever. But when we die, if we die, we are going to ascend or descend those same steps to go into the belly of the earth. That's Jacob's ladder. You understand? If you look at the ancient Hebrew, right? The ancient Hebrew letter for Dalet is a pyramid. You understand what I'm saying? It's a pyramid. We always say it's a triangle. There's no triangle in Hebrew. There's only a pyramid. The ancient Hebrew word for pyramid means mound. It's the same. It means mound. They don't necessarily translate it as pyramid, but it does mean mound. And this is what our ancestors did in America. We built those mounds all over St. Louis, all over Georgia, all over the Carolinas. We got mounds all over Ohio. These are the pyramids, and we're trying to show the earth cosmology all over the earth. All cultures do it, and some of these cultures that came to the New World, they came at the Tower of Babel. And they were sons of Eber. Some of those Mexican people, those Mexican little Arabs down there, they were the sons of Eber. And those Japhetic people that we call Native American, the Mongolian ones, those were also scattered in the North America after the Tower of Babel was the languages were split. So I'm putting all these images in here to show you what they started doing immediately after they got scattered from the Tower of Babel. You see that pyramid in South America? That's the largest one in the world. That's the main one. That is the major one. That's very important to understand. Those Mayan pyramids and those Aztec pyramids, because they're larger than any pyramids on the earth. And I've been to the Giza pyramids in Egypt many times. Those is one of the seven wonders of the world, but the ones in South America are even bigger. They're bigger than one of the seven wonders of the world. That's important to understand. But yeah,
Yeah, so if you look at the hotel casino in Luxor in Las Vegas,
right,
if you've ever been there, and I've been in that hotel casino, it's amazing to see the outside. And when you look at the capstone, it's all white at the top, and there's a
right,
light that goes that watch this. It goes straight up in the air. So at night when we left, you could see that beam of light go all the way up. It was amazing.
right,
So I mean, all of this now is starting to be made manifest, and we're gonna start seeing things, bro.
right,
Seriously. Go ahead, David.
right. And some of you might wonder, you'd be like, well, Dawiyad is saying they came over after the tongues were split in Tower of Babel. How did they come over? Did they have ships? Did they have, some type of technology to walk through portals? No. You know how they came over to the New World? They walked. You'd be like, damn. You'd be like, damn, how did they walk? What are they? I mean, it's miles and miles of ocean. No, it's not. No, it's not. North America, hear me out on this. See, this is where you got to understand the flat earth cosmology. North America and the land of Eden and Russia is one landmass. Did y'all hear me? I'm going to say it again. The white man said they came over on the Bering Strait. I'm saying they didn't have to. It was already one landmass. Russia and North America is connected by the land of Eden. You understand that? I know it sounds crazy, but it's true.
We cannot traverse that area. They won't let us. That area is off limits.
The land of Greenland used to connect with Canada. I think it still does. But it used to, for sure. I got some old maps where Greenland is still connected with Canada. And Greenland also connects with the land of Eden. And Eden still connects with the land of what we call Asia and Russia. So you can walk right across.
That's the north. That is not, we're not in the west. We are in the north.
Right, this is in the northern quarter. I'm gonna just try to show these old maps of the center of the earth. This is north of Canada and north of Russia. This is what you get. This is what you get. You get the land of Eden. And you see the four rivers that goes across and forms a cross, right? In the center of that cross is the Garden of Eden. And this Garden of Eden connects all continents. All continents are one. You got Asia to the right, you got North America to the left, and you got Europe and Africa to the south. And if you look at Greenland, it's one landmass with North America. And there's another one that connects with Canada and Asia as well, if you look at this map. This is very important. This is flat. I know this is flat earth. I know flat earth has got a bad name, but this is the truth. This is the biblical truth, right? So after the Tower of Babel, the Japhites and some of the Eberites came over here to the, not over here, but over there where y'all at, to the New World. And they actually named the land after themselves. You have the Yucatan Peninsula, right? What does Yucatan mean? That's Joktan. That's Eber's son. It's right there in the Hebrew. Yaquatan is Joktan. That's ancient Hebrew. And I mean primitive Hebrew. I ain't talking about this modern Hebrew. We've been talking about this last couple of days. There is another Hebrew that we haven't learned yet that is more primitive than the most primitive version that we study in from Africa. and it reveals a lot of stuff, like the Aztecs and Mayans were sons of Eber through Joktan. You understand? Joktan means Yakutan or Yucatan, which means he is little, he is small. This is why some of those Mexicans, the real indigenous Mexicans, some of them are real short, like Arabs. Why? Because they are Arabs. They're small, they're little people. These Mexicans that be looking tall and white, they're not real Mexicans, they white people. You understand what I'm saying? And the Japhetic people came over. We call them the Siberian Native Americans or Mongolian Native Americans. They literally are from Russia. They just walked across. If you see, the landmass is still connected. You'll never see a map like this where Greenland is that little bitty island that's pointing into the circle in the middle. But they show Greenland looking all big, but it's actually a really small island. You understand? But anyway, that's one thing. I just put a picture of Joseph's step pyramid in Egypt. This location in Egypt where that step pyramid is, that's where Joseph saved the world during the 7-year famine. You understand? The granaries of silos is to the left of this pyramid. You understand? And Joseph is credited with building this. Joseph is the son of Jacob. Why did Joseph build a 7-step pyramid in Egypt? Well, Joseph knew that we live on 7 earths, and the top of the 7th capstone is the earth that we live on, the 7th earth. That's important. You understand? So I ain't gonna go in. We already read everything. I'm just giving y'all a quick summary. If y'all got any questions, you want to know what scripture say this, what scripture say that, let me know. I'll be glad to post it. I don't mind. But yeah, this is what the Masons believe. The Masons believe in all of this. They believe in the flat earth. They believe in the pyramid earth and the 7 earths. It's all in their imagery and their symbolism. But they don't want us to know this. The Masons do believe that the true God, they know. You understand? They pretend to be atheists, but they are not atheists. They know all the stuff I'm saying right now, especially about the pyramid and all that. That's why they put it on the money, and they say in God we trust, and they say the capstone, and they got the 6-pointed star and all of that. The 6-pointed star represents Saturn. You understand? Saturn is in the 7th heaven. It's got a 3-year cycle, and they sacrifice their children to Saturn. They call it Remphan or Moloch. They do that on Christmas in January. This is why Regina King, she just sacrificed her son like about a couple weeks ago. She sacrificed him to Moloch in January, and she did it on the day that we call MLK, and MLK is Moloch. That's why they want you to call it MLK. In ancient Hebrew, MLK is Moloch. You got to understand that. You understand? You got to connect the dots. You dig? Any questions on that? Yeah.
So, how, I know it's all sensitive, but how are the Masons taking advantage of that understanding? Is it more spiritual than it is just the knowledge of it, or how's that work? What do they do?
Well, they're taking advantage by keeping us in ignorance. They want us to believe that they believe in a spinning ball theory, and they believe in New Year's and Christmas, and you understand what I'm saying? And that the pyramid is pagan. It's all about the hidden hand. They can rule the world in secrecy as long as nobody else knows this but them. And they make money off of it. And they sell us ideas and concepts that is totally garbage. It's totally garbage, right? Let me tell you this right now. The only person, and I might be wrong, but I really believe this. The only person who knows everything I just told to y'all in the way that I said it is only one person. He's dead now, but he knew this shit completely. You know who he is? It's Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla knew that energy is free. and that we live in energy and it's all created by frequency, and that the pyramid is what harnesses all of it. Nikola Tesla knew this shit. He was a flat earther and he knew about the pyramid's energy and he was trying his best to harness it. They stole all his patents and they've been getting rich off this shit. And every time somebody comes with one of Tesla's original patents, they kill him. And this guy comes up missing and they keep selling us the oil concept, this fossil fuels bullshit. Tesla knew this. None of us should be paying a light bill. None of us should be going to get gas in your car. All of our cars and technology should be powered by this shit. They call this shit Tartarian technology. Tartarian technology is harnessing the free energy that we get from the positive charge of the dome hitting off the negative charge of the earth. This creates free energy. I'm not talking about solar energy. Solar is good too, but that's a lot of work involved. But the free energy that Tesla was talking about, that the pyramid harnesses, is the free energy of the dome and the earth, the heavens and the earth, the firmament and the Adamah, the earth. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay, so now we are.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
so
that's
when
real.
they built the pyramid, okay, let's say, I mean, you know, they always built it on the ground. There was never from what I saw, there was never a concrete foundation. It was just built on the flat ground.
Okay.
So there was a connection to the ground
Yes, yes, yes.
so that they could power it from the capstone, the gold capstone coming down into the straight down into the pyramid, which
Which,
showed that the motherboard was shaped like
right.
inside the pyramid.
Right. This is the same technology that's inside our phones. It's inside our computers. The motherboard with the conductors. The copper is a cheap conductor. The silvers is a more expensive conductor, and the gold is the top conductor. You understand? And
Yeah.
like I said, none of us should be paying an energy bill. All of us would have powered cities. If you look at all the old cathedrals, the medieval cathedrals all over the world, this is another thing that's like the pyramids, that's ancient technology that still exists all over the world, that we believe they built in the last 200-300 years, but they're not. They predate the modern, empire of the Renaissance by hundreds of years. These are medieval cathedrals that our ancestors built that run on this, that harness the same energy and technology from the large bottom to the middle midsection, and it gets smaller and smaller as it gets to the capstone. And that capstone harnesses the energy. It what's the word I'm looking for? It comes in through the capstone and it harnesses as it reaches each level all the way to the bottom. And it gets stronger, the foundation.
Okay, so if we built a smaller version, like a house,
Right,
and it's shaped like a pyramid, and
right.
at the top, there's a small layer of gold at the top, and
Right.
then you use the same concept. That would pretty much take care of, I mean, everything that we possibly would need.
There's tons of experiments